Welcome everybody to the NJCAA Network studio in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm Zach McKinstry, voice of the NJCAA, and your host for a big evening of junior college soccer bracket reveals. We get things started with our NJCAA Division I women's soccer selection shows presented by Digital Scoreboards. This year's national championship brings us to Enid, Oklahoma, an advanced soccer complex from November 16th to the 22nd. 12 teams will battle it out for a national title. 8 are already in, punching their ticket through a district championship, and 4 teams selected by the committee will make it as an at-large. It is a pool play style tournament. 4 pools of 3 teams will play each other with the top team from each advancing to the semifinal rounds. You can see on the screen, Pool A is the 1, 8, and 12 seeds. Pool B is the 2, 7, and 11. Pool C is the 3, 6, and 10. And Pool D is the 4, 5, and 9 seeds. All right, let's get started with the first grouping, the 1, 8, and the 12 in Pool A. The top team in the tournament field is Daytona State. The defending national champion Falcons are through for the second consecutive time following an overtime game winner from Chenille Buckley in the Southeast District Championship. That was the tightest battle this team has had all season, capping a perfect 16-0 season. This team has not lost a game since September 20th of last year, and this might be the best team yet under head coach Hope Clark. The scoring has come from a number of different places, with 3 players sporting double-digit goals, but look for Chenille Buckley to be the difference maker. Okay, joining them in Pool A is Monroe University. It has proven very difficult to get past Monroe CC in the East District over the last few years, but the Mustangs raced out to a 3-goal first-half lead to take down the Tribunes before steamrolling Hartford to punch their ticket to the national tournament for the first time since 2021. The only flaw in the record this season came in the form of a scoreless draw against Miami-Dade in the season opener, and since then Monroe has piled together 11 straight wins in the first year as a head coach of the women's team for Jonathan Avila. Congratulations to the Mustangs. Time to look at the 12 seed and the last team in Pool A, Cochise. For the first time in program history, the Apaches are West District champions and national tournament bound. What a journey it has been, upsetting Arizona Western in the Region 1 championship, aided by goalkeeper Marissa Tomeo's 11 saves and a late game winner. And that match was followed up by a thrilling 2-1 victory over Snow to punch their ticket. Congratulations to the Apaches, a great story and a potential Cinderella in Enid. So there's a look at the first group. Let's move on to Pool B, which will feature the 2 seed, the 7 seed, and the 11 seed. All right, the 2 seed in Pool B, Seminole State. The Trojans will make the 2-hour drive back to Enid after claiming a Central Plains District crown at the Advanced Soccer Complex 10 days ago. SSC returns to the national tournament for the 7th season in a row, but could this be the year that they break through on the national stage? Their 93 goals lead all of NJCAA Division I women's soccer, with a lethal freshman attack of Kamora Harrelson and Frederica Finnegan accounting for 59 points this season. All right, next up is the 7 in our first at-large bid, Navarro. An undefeated season for the Bulldogs concluded when losing 1-0 to Tyler in the Region 14 playoffs, but the season marches on for the first-year head coach Paul Davenport's squad. Navarro's defense has double-digit shutouts on the season and will look to remain stout against a tough Seminole State side. To close out Pool B is the 11 seed, Laramie County. The Golden Eagles are no stranger to this tournament. This marks the 16th national championship bid since 2005 for LCCC, but this year required some heroics. After a scoreless first 59 minutes in the Region 9 championship, Casper broke through to go up 1-0 and leave Laramie with their backs against the wall and the season on the line. How did the Golden Eagles respond? 2 goals in the next 7 minutes, with the latter being the game winner from Haley Pearson. A persistent group with a lot of fight as the 11th seed. Okay, let's keep on moving. On to Pool C, bottom left corner of the bracket, featuring the 3 seed, 6 seed, and 10 seed. The number 3 overall seed is Arizona Western. The Matadors will get one of the at-large bids after a great season, which closed with a shocking loss to Cochise. After that match, head coach Victor Verdugo said, "You learn a lot more from losing, and I think now this is going to build character and prepare us." We'll see if that's the case, because when Arizona Western is rolling, this is a dangerous team. Playmakers all over, with freshman forward Reina Casano leading the way. One of the tests in the opening round will be the 3rd at-large bid and number 6 seed, Salt Lake. The streak of 5 consecutive tournament appearances will live on and advance to 6 as the Bruins get selected. SLCC has put together a solid season, 15 wins so far this year, but their attack was stifled by snow in the 1-0 loss in the Region 18 final. With that loss coming on November 1st, this Bruins side now gets to come off over a 2-week break to battle in this Pool C group. All right, final team in Pool C, which will be entirely made up of at-large bids. The last committee selection will be the 10 seed, Trinity Valley. After reaching the first region title match in program history, they couldn't quite make it to the district championship, falling to Tyler, who went on to punch their ticket. Former Iowa Western head coach and NJCAA national champion Adam Sanchez will still get his tournament chance with the Cardinals, though, led by a strong defense that only allowed 1 goal in the entire month of October. Okay, that sends us to the final 3-team grouping, Pool D. This one pits the 4, 5, and 9 seeds together. Starting first with the number 4, Iowa Western. Last year may have ended in heartbreaking fashion, missing out on a 3rd straight national title on PKs in the semifinal to Daytona State. But this Reavers team is dedicated to making it back, claiming their 6th consecutive Central District title with a dominating 5-1 win over Motlow State. Sophomore Honoka Nohara has 16 of her 40 points in the last 6 games, and IDub has won their last 8, scorching hot coming into this tournament field. All right, along with Iowa Western in Pool D will be the number 5 seed, Cowley. The Plains District champs are another team that have hit their stride. The Tigers are unbeaten on the season and winners of their last 7, sporting a 14-0-4 record. On this win streak, Cowley is beating opponents by an average of 3.5 goals, and on the season, they lead the country, averaging 27.7 shots a game. The Tigers and that ferocious attack are ready to take on Enid. Okay, last team to be announced into the tournament field is the 9 seed, Tyler Junior College. The Apaches are back in the national tournament following a great turnaround this season. Through the first 8 games, Tyler had a record of 2-2-4, but a 10-goal victory against Jacksonville College got things rolling in the right direction. The path through the playoffs was a tough one, required a win on PKs over Blinn, tight games with scoring in the first half against Navarro, Trinity Valley, and Ranger College. The Apaches have 499 shots in 21 games played this year. That's second most in that category. So are you kidding me with Pool D? We've got Iowa Western, Cowley, and Tyler. Those are 3 marquee programs that are going to duke it out, and this whole field is looking fantastic. Let's zoom out and take the full look. It starts with Daytona State, Monroe University, and Cochise in the top left. Seminole State, Navarro, and Laramie County are in Pool B. A fully at-large group in Pool C is Arizona Western, Salt Lake, and Trinity Valley. And the last group is Pool D, we just mentioned, is Iowa Western, Cowley, and Tyler. Oh my goodness, that is going to be fun to watch. The action starts on November 16th on the NJCAA Network. Once we get out of pool play on the 20th, it switches over to ESPN Plus and the National Championship on ESPN Plus as well on the 22nd. A prime slot for some prime competition. That wraps up our NJCAA Division I Women's Soccer Selection Show presented by Digital Scoreboards. Congrats to all 12 teams on a phenomenal season. We keep things rolling with D2 Women's Soccer Reveal coming up in a moment on the NJCAA Network and NJCAA YouTube. Can't wait to watch and eat at Oklahoma 5 days from now as we sign off from Charlotte. Have a good night.